Broadcasting live from the Meridics via OBS Studio Broadcast Center at Centennial Sportsplex. This is GNASH Hockey on the Middle Tennessee Sports Network as we are winding down our coverage of Week 3 of the new season and our last broadcast before we take a fall break next week. Broadcasts return October 14th. Tonight, we are featuring two more teams we haven't gotten to yet. Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill and Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson. Not Gallatin anymore, it's now Lawson. After tonight, we'll have covered 14 of the 16 teams. The only two we'll still need to get to will be Summit Page and Station Camp Liberty Creek. Other than that, or after that, we'll have covered everybody in the league this season. Good start to the season so far for Hendersonville. 2-1-1. Mount Juliet having a rough go of it. No wins, 3 losses, 1 tie. Both teams finishing off the first third of their regular season tonight, playing Game 5 out of the 15 that have been scheduled. They have been busy these first 3 weeks of the season. I'll get a chance to rest next week. All right, let's go over the final scores from Monday night. Father Ryan and Montgomery Bell finished in a 2-2 tie. Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson beat Centennial FRA 4-1. Ravenwood beat Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill 10-0. Reese McKenzie, her first ever GNASH start in goal for the Raptors, her first ever GNASH shutout, only had to turn away 7 shots from the Golden Bears. Summit Page beat Independence BA USN Nashville Christian 7-2, and Franklin beat the Montgomery County Rangers 11-2. Going on right now over on Rink A, game that should be getting close to being done. JP2 MLK leading Independence 7-1. It was 1-1 early in the second when I walked into the building. That was about just over 30 minutes ago. JP2 have scored 6 goals since. So here are the standings. That game's still ongoing. Here are the standings after Monday night's play. Franklin atop the standings at 4-0. Then you've got Summit Page and Soul second at 3-0. Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson and Soul third at 2-1-1. Ravenwood, Innsworth, Nolensville, Lipscomb, and JP2MLK all at 2-0. Montgomery Bell 1-0-1, 1 win and 1 tie. Brentwood at 1-1-1, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 tie. The Outlaws, Tennessee Outlaws at 1-1. Centennial FRA and the Rutherford Rampage both at 1-2. Station Camp Liberty Creek 0-1-1, 1 loss, 1 tie. Father Ryan 0-2-1, 2 losses, 1 tie. Mount Juliet 0-3-1, 3 losses and a tie. Independence at 0-3, and Montgomery County at 0-4. As that game is still ongoing. So coming up in a few minutes here on Rink B, Mount Juliet taking on Hendersonville, and then over on Rink A at 8:40, Franklin against Brentwood. Those are the other night's games, besides the Indy JP one that is winding down at this point. All right, let's talk about the two teams playing our featured game tonight. First up, Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill. Alex Walker is still the team's head coach. First time we're seeing Mount Juliet this season. First time we're also seeing Hendersonville. So last year, once this version comes up, here we go. Mount Juliet last year said goodbye to Ryan Woods, Jacob Thomas, Rylan Kripe, Brent Balls, Noah Smart, Tyler Dubois. Unfortunately, all 3 of their goalies left. Balls and Smart graduated. Corbin Vickery just decided not to come back. He would have been a junior this year. Also not returning, Jordan Antar, their leading scorer from last year. Jordan Antar moved to New Jersey to play for the New Jersey Titans of the NAHL. So they're without him. So Mount Juliet had to dip into the goalie pool for one goalie. They did manage to get a goalie of their own, Mount Juliet freshman Jack Boyett, but they also had to dip into the goalie pool to get another goalie from the Tennessee Outlaws. Kaz Cronrath moved to Tennessee from Wisconsin during the offseason. He's zoned for Dixon County, but he's homeschooled at Abeka Academy. So once this season is over, Mount Juliet will be looking for another goalie because he'll be gone. The other seniors this year, once I go back to this year's version, or the updated version, Andrew Huffine, Bobby Camos, Carson Slocum, so they're losing a few more of the key pieces from those teams that went to the Preds Cup final in 2022 and 2023, lost to Ravenwood both times. So Mount Juliet opened the season on September 19th with a 3-3 tie with Camp Liberty Creek. They were 53 seconds away from winning it, only for Station Camp to get the game-tying goal. Since then, they've lost 7-2 to Summit, 9-2 to Innsworth, and then the 10-0 loss to Ravenwood on Monday night. So they have two players who each have 3 points. Newcomer Sharia Aurora and Trenton Gorell. Aurora with 3 points from 2 goals and an assist. Gorell with 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Bobby Camos has 2 points from goals. Jackson Blevins, who's back on the team this year, he didn't play for them last year. He has 2 points from assists. Colton Vivret and Reed Spencer each have a point from a goal. And Anthony Giampaolo, Carter Spencer, and Andrew Huffine each have a point from an assist. Let's move on to goalie play. Kaz Cronrath has played in all 4 games. He started all 3. Oh, he started 3, excuse me. His record 0-2-1. So I'm not sure. Let's see, what game did Jack Boyett play? Against Innsworth, okay. He played against Innsworth last week. Started that game. So Cronrath has appeared in all 4 games, started 3 of them. His record is 0-2-1. He's played 133 minutes, goals against average of 7.11. No shutouts, obviously. He's allowed 21 goals and 118 shots, so he's turned away the other 97. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .822. Jack Boyett played in 1 game, played 34 minutes. That was a game against Innsworth last week. Played 34 minutes, allowed 8 goals on 22 shots, turned away the other 14. Save percentage is .636. Goals against average of 10 is 10.59. His record 0-1. Let's move on to Hendersonville Station Camp that's going back a few years. Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson, coached by Steven Sullivan. Entered into a co-op with James Lawson High School. That's a second-year Metro Nashville public school that was built to replace Hillwood High School. So Hendersonville last year, their departing seniors were Justin Schaefer, Jared Sheridan, Jackson Broderick, Nate Luke, and Harper Deanna. Now, Gage Salami also graduated, but Salami started the year as a junior, and I guess he got enough credits to be a senior because in February he signed to play roller hockey with Bethel University, and you can't actually sign with a team unless you're a senior. So he got enough credits to be a senior during the fall semester, and then I guess he did some accelerated program and graduated because he's gone too. Other players didn't come back. Tree Garrison, their third-string goalie, he's not back on the roster this year. Patrick Sullivan didn't come back. So they're down to one Gallatin player, Carter Morrison. So they had to hook up with Lawson to help make up the numbers. Man, this is a nice program. This program is nice. Ooh, it's made of real nice paper. So the seniors this year for Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson are Colin Smith, Caden Smith, Dom Harpole, the last remaining Merrill Hyde player on the team, Carter Morrison, the last remaining Gallatin player on the team. Oh, no, wait, okay. They have Patrick Sullivan listed. He's not on my roster, though, because he wasn't on the website. He wasn't on the roster on the website. Nor was he on okay, I guess we'll see. Other notable returnees, Gideon Drobnick, Merrick Mott, Landon Croft, Josh Lodel, Alex Williams. And the three Lawson players, Hudson Laux, Caden Cisco, and Wyatt Franks. They're the three Lawson players, James Lawson players on this team. All right, so let's talk about Hendersonville. Started the season on September 16th with a 6-1 win over Independence BAUSN Nashville Christian. Then a week later on September 23rd, they lost 6-1 to Franklin. Then last Wednesday, they finished in a 6-6 tie with Brentwood. Outshot the Bruins 43-21, but couldn't find that seventh goal. And then on Monday night, they beat Centennial FRA 4-1. They outshot the Cougars 42-10. So here are the player stats for Hendersonville coming into tonight. Gideon Drobnick, the leading scorer, with 7 points from 4 goals and 3 assists. Landon Croft with 5 points from 3 goals and 2 assists. Colin Smith with 5 points from 2 goals and 3 assists. Hudson Laux with 4 points, all from assists. Carter Morrison with 4 points, all from goals. Brian Wilkinson with 3 points from a goal and 2 assists. Caden Smith with 2 points from a goal and an assist. Merrick Mott and Caden Cisco with 2 points from assists. Caden Lewis, Ty Ellis, each with a point from a goal, and Dom Harpole with a point from an assist. Let's move down to goalie play. Griffin Rumbaugh and Justin Smith have each gotten 2 starts. Rumbaugh is 1-1, 1 win, 1 loss. He's played the full 84 minutes, goals against average of 3.75. No shutouts. He's allowed 44 goals and 7 shots turned away. The other 37. His save percentage in the regular season so far is .841. Justin Smith has started in 2 games. His record 1-0-1, 1 win, 1 tie. He's played the full 84 minutes, goals against average of 3.75. No shutouts. He's allowed 7 goals on 36 shots turned away. The other 29. Save percentage in the regular season so far is .806. As that Indy JP2 game is over, JP2 win 7-1, so that is the first final of the night in the books. Page. Justin Smith going to start in goal for Hendersonville. Kaz Cronrath going to start in goal for Mount Juliet. For this first period, Mount Juliet will carry the puck towards me. Hendersonville will carry it away from me. As Game is underway. Puck in the Hendersonville zone. Carter Spencer, light push down from behind by Colin Smith, the gentlest of shoves. Puck at center. And here's Hudson Laux bringing it back into the Mount Juliet zone, dropping it back. Gideon Drobnick, a backhander, stopped by Cronrath. Oh, but it rolled up him. And I think it ended up in the net. It rolled up his body and ended up in the back of the net, and it takes Hendersonville just 24 seconds to score the first goal. Gideon Drobnick with a tally, and it's 1-0 Commandos. Puck at center. Now it drifts over the Hendersonville blue line, going down into the right wing corner. Colin Smith after it. Now it's back out at center. Here's Drobnick again. Now Laux, right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. I think it was Bobby Camos who came in and tapped the puck off his stick. Good poke check by Camos. Puck put out in front, but unable to hold it in the zone at the left point was Colin Smith. Smith at center. Puck taken away from him. Now here's Reed Spencer with a shot from out high. Right point turned away by Justin Smith. Softly turned away by Smith. And a pass ahead to Camos misses him. He was standing right at the red line, and it goes for an icing. That pass coming from number 20. I'm not sure who that is for who's wearing that number for Mount Juliet tonight. Oh, could it be number 80, Parker Triplett? So 12:37 to go in the first. Hendersonville already up 1-0. Draws to the left of Cronrath. It's won by Mount Juliet. They get the puck around the wall to the far side. Again, on rink B, I stand behind the net that's nearest the there are emergency exits on both sides. The shot comes in and had to be turned away by Cronrath. Well, there are emergency exits on both sides here in rink B, and we get a whistle, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game. It's a high sticking call. It's going to be against Hendersonville. Braden Rose going to the box. So Mount Juliet getting the first power play of the game, trailing 1-0 with 12:08 left in the first. I'm standing behind the net closest to the gated parking lot that the Preds park in when they practice here. I'm standing behind and to the right of it. So the benches are the near side, bleachers are the far side. Draw was to the right of Justin Smith, won by Hendersonville. They bring it into the Mount Juliet zone. Bring it out in front, and a shot by Mott stopped, and Cronrath covers up the rebound. So great shorthanded chance for the Commandos. Cronrath able to keep it out. Draw is to the right of Cronrath, won by Hendersonville. Puck shot wide, and now a shot from Hudson Laux next to the right half wall, and to be turned away by Cronrath. Puck brought to center and dumped into the Hendersonville zone by Ethan Smith. Now Laux with it. Sends it around the wall to the far side. Trying to drop it back was Bobby Camos. Now Laux sending it back around to the near side, cleared out by Merrick Mott. Now Laux picks it up at center. Brought it into the Mount Juliet zone, and it poked off his stick right there. And it's cleared out by the Bears. Under a minute left. Icing called against Mount Juliet. I thought they were going to let that go because Colin Smith wasn't too far behind the puck, but they Blue for icing. 48 seconds left of the power play. 10:56 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Hendersonville. Draw is to the right of Cronrath. Won by Hendersonville. Here's Carter Morrison. Shot from out high. Stopped and held on to by Cronrath. Morrison from shooting right at the center point in front of the blue line. Draw is to the left of Cronrath. Puck trickling through center back towards the Hendersonville zone. Carter Morrison gets to it. Curls around in front of his own net. Passes up the near side to Landon Croft. Now here's Gideon Drobnick, right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Offside. They were offside. Croft let that puck go, and I guess he entered the zone ahead of Drobnick. Draw will be on the dot in front of the Mount Juliet bench. 26 seconds left of the power play for the Bears. Draw one up by Hendersonville, but they go offside again, and this time it was Drobnick going in before Croft brought the puck over. So they'll drop it in front of the Mount Juliet bench again. Draw one by Mount Juliet this time. Puck dumped into the Hendersonville zone by Reed Spencer. Carter Spencer puts it out in front, but Reed whiffs on it. Reed was right in front of the net, and he whiffed on it. Best chance of the game for the Bears so far. Puck out on the far side, and again, Carter Spencer tried to pass it out in front to Reed Spencer, but he whiffed on it, and Carter Morrison came right in to take it from him. Penalty time against Hendersonville's up. They're making it even straight. Then Morrison gets knocked down on the left wing corner by Carter Spencer, who's going to go to the box for it. Justin Smith to the bench for the extra attacker. Puck brought into the Mount Juliet zone, touched up. And it's going to be a tripping call against Carter Spencer. So as soon as Hendersonville kill a penalty against them, they go right on the power play. First one of the game for them. They're up 1-0. 9:56 to go in the first. Draws one by draws to the left of Cronrath. Mount Juliet win it, and they immediately clear. Puck comes off the boards back towards the net. Justin Smith smacked it behind the net, back behind the net for Colin Smith. And then he decides to drop it around the wall to the far side, and Hudson Laux. He'll pass it ahead to Cisco, Caden Cisco, one of the three Lawson players on the team. And then he tried to stretch diagonal forward, cross-ice stretch pass up the near side to Merrick Mott, but it was too far for Mott, went off the kick plate and goes for an icing. So the draw will be to Justin Smith's left. Caden Cisco, a Lawson junior. Hudson Laux is a sophomore, and Wyatt Franks is a freshman. So those are the three James Lawson players on the team. Draws to the left of Justin Smith. One by Hendersonville. Here's Merrick Mott. Carrying it to center. Braden Rose dumps it into the Mount Juliet zone as soon as he gets across the blue line. Puck comes around the wall out to the center point. Colin Smith holds it in. Sends it back deep. Now there's Merrick Mott shooting for the left circle. Stopped by Cronrath. Puck comes to the left point. Shot from Colin Smith. I think it was blocked in front. I don't think it ever got to Cronrath. Mount Juliet cleared out of the zone. Under a minute left on the power play. Hudson Laux grabs the puck, brings it right back into the Mount Juliet zone. Shot from the right wing side. Misses the net. To the right of Cronrath. Puck back in the Hendersonville zone. Colin Smith has it. He'll bring it out. Takes a bump from Ethan Smith, who gets the puck off him. It's inside the Mount Juliet zone, though. Bears unable to get it out. Coming to the blue line, held in by Gideon Drobnick. Moving down the slot, a shot. I think it was blocked. It was blocked. Under 30 seconds left of the power play for Hendersonville. Back the other way come Mount Juliet. Here's Anthony Giampaolo, a shot from the right circle. Misses the net to the right of Justin Smith. Gideon Drobnick with a puck now. Tried to pass it up the near side. Giampaolo deflects it out of play. Drobnick was looking for Landon Croft. 13 seconds left of the power play. 8:09 to go in the first. 1-0 Hendersonville. Draws on the dot. Actually, draws right at center ice. Okay. Never mind. Draw one by Mount Juliet. Trenton Gorell brings it into the Hendersonville zone down the left wing side, and his shot, backhanded shot, goes off the stick of Carter Morrison and over the roof of the net. Now Morrison passes the puck up the near side. Tried to get it to Drobnick, but holding down the stick was Carter Spencer, who's out of the box. So Mount Juliet now back at even strength. Puck now back in the Hendersonville zone. Carter Morrison behind the net, battling with Spencer. Dangerous there. Dangerous moment there. The puck was sent towards the Hendersonville net, went off the bottom bar on the outside of the left-hand side of the net, and Commandos had to make quick work to get it out of the zone. It's out at center, but Mount Juliet trying to bring it back in. It is back in the zone. Dom Harpo with it, trying to set it up the far wall and out. Preventing him from doing so was Gorell. Gorell put it out in front from the right wing corner, and again it misses Reed Spencer, who's not right in front of the net this time, but hovering around it. Now the puck comes around to the near side. Alex Alsaker had it knocked away, and it's going to be carried out by Ty Ellis. Ellis passes across Drobnick, left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Drobnick trying to go to the front of the net. A backhander stopped by Cronrath. And Reed Spencer getting knocked down, trying to bring the puck out of the zone. Here's a shot from Landon Croft. Stopped and covered up by Cronrath at the right-hand post. His right-hand post. 6:35 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Hendersonville. Franklin-Brentwood game should be underway by now. Yeah, okay, live box scores appeared. So we'll keep track of that while this game goes on. Puck still in the Mount Juliet zone, coming up towards the right point. Hudson Laux trying to chip it down the wall. He holds it in, takes a shot, and I think it missed the net. No, Cronrath got it with a right leg. He threw out the right leg and got a piece of it. Puck fired back down deep by Laux. Here's Colin Smith, left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone, firing in across the front of the net. Brian Wilkinson holding the puck in at the left point, taking a shot that was blocked. As Britton Smith, one of the newcomers of this Hendersonville team, took a hit on the far wall and it was slow to get up, and now he's skating back to the bench a little bit gingerly. There's no penalty on the play. They blew the whistle so he could get off the ice as quickly as he could. 5:22 left in the first. Still 1-0 Hendersonville. Draws on the dot across from the Mount Juliet bench. Won by the Commandos. Carter Morrison brings it into the Mount Juliet zone and dumps it to the boards, and actually comes off the boards back out to the front of the net, and Cronrath covers. Draws to the left of Cronrath. Now Juliet win it. They're able to clear. Puck back in the Hendersonville zone. Picked up on the right wing side by Reed Spencer. Goes behind the net. Loses the puck to Carter Morrison. Morrison will bring it out. Morrison up the near side. Back into the Mount Juliet zone on the right wing side. Could not get around the back-checking defender that was Bobby Camos. Now here's Reed Spencer bringing the puck back into the Hendersonville zone, but coming in from behind to knock him down was Braden Rose, and Rose fell over leaning out for the bump. Rose dumps the puck back in the Mount Juliet zone. Puck on the near wall. Golden Bears will clear it out, but right under the stick of Hudson Laux at center. Laux Softly sends it back into the Mount Juliet zone. It's immediately cleared out. Here's Laux with it again inside his own zone, backhanding it up the far side, but not hard enough. Trenton Gorell keeps it in. Here's Reed Spencer trying to go through the right circle. Laux pokes the puck away, and it's cleared out. Now Braden Rose back into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side. Try to put it out in front. Oh, and a big hit behind the net. Big hit on Jackson Blevins behind the net. And it's going to result in a penalty against Mount Juliet Hendersonville. And it was Merrick Mott who delivered the hit. It's a boarding call, so a 2 and a 10. So somebody's going to have to sit in the box to serve the 2. While Mott is off the ice for 10 minutes. So Mount Juliet back to the power play, down just 1-0 with first. They trail in shots 9-2, but Kaz Cronrath has kept them in the game. Draws to Justin Smith's right. Won by Hendersonville, actually won by Mount Juliet, but taken away by Hendersonville. Puck brought back into the Mount Juliet zone, but unable to jump around the back-checking defender in the slot to get some space was Caden Cisco. Here's Trenton Gorell bringing the puck back into the Hendersonville zone. Around the back of the net he goes. Passes it up to the right point. Anthony Giampaolo tried to send it to the front of the net. Hits Hudson Laux, and Laux brings it out to center. Into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side. Goes behind the net, tried to backhand it out in front. Bears come up with the puck. Brought to center, Giampaolo. He'll cross the red line and dump it into the Hendersonville zone. Giampaolo, the one wearing the captain's C for this season. It's not a bad pick to have that honor. Here's Colin Smith carrying the puck up the far side to center. But it jabbed off his stick as he was trying to make his way back into the Mount Juliet zone. Puck is deep in the Mount Juliet zone. Parker Triplett with it. Sends it up the near side, but unable to get his stick on it was Reed Spencer. It's dribbling towards the front of the Hendersonville net, and Spencer got to it. Light backhanded push stopped by Smith, and he covers. So a big opportunity there for Mount Juliet, but Spencer didn't shoot it hard enough. Hendersonville get away with one. 48 seconds left on the power play. 2:39 to go in the first. Still 1-0 Commandos. Draw be to Justin Smith's right again. Won by Hendersonville. Puck whipped around the boards to the far side. Out at center. Here's Gideon Drobnick, left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Could not get around the defender. Took a bump. Puck in front of backhander. Stopped by Cronrath. That was Braden Rose. Or did Rose miss the net? They haven't put the shot up on the board. I think he missed the net. He was right in front. He backhanded it wide, I think to the right of Cronrath. There are now 20 seconds left of the power play for Mount Juliet. Puck back in the Hendersonville zone. Dom Harpole clears it out up the far side, and it actually comes on goal. Cronrath has to stop it. He'll move it along. Puck cleared to center, but Harpole right there just behind the Mount Juliet blue line to intercept and dump it back in. Penalty time against Hendersonville is up there back at even strength. That was Brian Wilkinson serving the 2 minutes. Merrick Mott still in the box on the 2 and 10. Puck now back in the Hendersonville zone. Here's Carter Morrison sending it around to the near side, held into the left point by Colton Vavret. Comes to the high slot. Carter Spencer's shot hit the skates of Harpole. Went wide. Ooh, and Harpole whiffed trying to get the puck around the wall. The puck came out to the left-hand side of the net, and Justin Smith had to pull it in and cover with Sam Long hanging around. .80 seconds left in the first. Still 1-0 Hendersonville. Draw to the left of Smith. Won by the Commandos. Caden Lewis will carry it out to center. Ty Ellis brings it into the Mount Juliet zone, going down the slot, but the puck got away from him. Cronrath poked it away. Puck behind the net. Mount Juliet with it. They'll bring it to center. Vivrette gets it into the Hendersonville zone. Puck in the right wing corner. Picked up by Laux, Hudson Laux. We're inside the final minute of the first. Laux. Now Ty Ellis. Puck got away from him as he crossed the Mount Juliet blue line. Parker Triplett gets it out, clears it out. Puck dumped back into the Hendersonville zone from center by Jason Tippins. Puck behind the net. Laux taps it over to the near side. Under 30 seconds left in the period now. Shot from the left point was blocked. That was Parker Triplett's shot, and then Jason Tippins with a shot from the bottom of the left circle that went over the net, and then a shot from the right half wall that would have gone past the net to Justin Smith's left, but he gloves and hangs on to it to give his boys a rest. 19.5 seconds to go in the first. 1-0 Hendersonville. Draw be to Smith's left. Draw one by Hendersonville. They're trying to push it out of the zone, but Mount Juliet hold it in. Trying to backhand it out in front from the bottom of the left circle was Camos. That pass attempt broken up. Puck pushed out to center. Giampaolo with it. And he'll hold, run out the clock on the first. Gideon Drobnick scoring the game's only goal just 24 seconds in. Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson have a 1-0 lead on Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill after 1. Ready to start the second period. Justin Smith still in goal for Hendersonville. Kaz Cronrath still in goal for Mount Juliet. For the second period, Hendersonville will carry the puck towards me. Mount Juliet will carry it away from me. Shots on goal favor the Commandos 11-4. Score favors them 1-0. Only goal of the game came 24 seconds into the first. Here's a chance for Reed Spencer. Suddenly forced a turnover and got off a shot that had been kicked away by Justin Smith with the right leg pad. Anyway, I was about to say, just 24 seconds into the first, Gideon Drobnick scored, and Mount Juliet almost scored inside the first 10 seconds of this second. We get a whistle. I think the puck just went over the blue line and was brought back into the Hendersonville zone offside. They're dropping the puck in front of the Mount Juliet bench. Won by the Bears. Parker Triplett trying to chip it up the far side. Deflected off a Hendersonville stick. Came over to Anthony Giampaolo, so he dumps it in. Puck behind the net. Comes out in front, held into the blue line. Triplett, his shot blocked. Puck came back to him, but then it skipped over his stick and went out to center. And now here's Gideon Drobnick back in the Mount Juliet's on a shot, score! Triplett was unable to keep the puck in the zone, and he and Drobnick fought for it like dogs fighting for a raw steak. Drobnick was able to get loose, grab the puck, carry it down the left wing, and fire it into the roof of the net from the left circle. And it's 2-0 Hendersonville. Just 48 seconds into the second, 13-12 to go in the second. Commandos finally getting that second goal. So it was Drobnick who blocked the shot from Triplett, then tied him up for the puck, managed to get it loose, and then took off to the races. Now here's Caden Cisco trying to carry the puck to the Mount Juliet slot. Nice job by Evan Smith to put the body against him and get the puck off. Carter Spencer fires it into the Hendersonville zone from the red line. Puck comes around to the far side. Now it's out at center. Now it's back in the Mount Juliet zone. Colton Vivrette tried to bank it off the wall and out, but just holding it in right at the blue line was Colin Smith. Smith backhanding it out in front. It went into the skates of Braden Rose, came up in the air, and then Rose got off a shot that was blocked. He was right in front of the net, too. Puck out at center. Here's Laux. Laux. Now here's Colin Smith. Left the puck behind him. Trying to maneuver through Mount Juliet defenders. Trenton Gorell backhands it back into the Hendersonville zone. Puck came up to the blue line, and Hendersonville forced it out. Here's Braden Rose, left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Rose, left the puck behind him right when he went to shoot. He gets it back in the slot. A shot turned away by Cronrath. He left the puck behind him, and the back checker was unable to get to it and clear. Rose got it back, got to the slot and got off a shot that Cronrath had to turn away. Mount Juliet clear it down ice. Icing was waved off. So the Commandos forced to bring the puck out of their own zone. It's back in the Mount Juliet end. Here's Ty Ellis with a shot from the right circle, turned away by Cronrath. Alex Williams on the far side. Now here's Christian Dickens with some room. Shot score! Dickens carries the puck to the bottom of the right circle, fires it into the roof of the net, and it's 3-0. Hendersonville with 11:11 to go in the second. Finally starting to create some space are the Commandos. He scored that goal very early in the first. Mount Juliet had a few chances to tie it up, but now the Commandos are finally taking hold of this game early in the second. They bring the puck right back into the Mount Juliet zone on the right wing side. Here's Ty Ellis. Tried to go to the slot, lost the puck. Andrew Huffing out at center. Back into the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. Tried to back in front, intercepted by Carter Morrison. Big, tall guy standing right in front of the net. Soft intercept, cleared it away. Puck came up to the right point, and a shot from Parker Triplett missed the net. Then it comes out in front again and has to be cleared away by the Commandos once more. Now here's Carter Morrison, bringing it back to center. Back into the Mount Juliet zone, left wing side. Puck got away from him as he was trying to maneuver around Triplett. Now Reed Spencer chasing it through center. Back towards the Hendersonville zone. Spencer falling over, getting off a shot that was blocked. And then puck came right back to him while he was still down, and then he shot it wide to the right of Justin Smith. Caden Lewis will carry the puck out and dump it back into the Mount Juliet zone. Triplett with it, banks it off the near kick plate. Here's Trenton Gorell. Ahead to Bobby Camos. Camos at center, now back into the Hendersonville zone. Maneuvers to the left wing side, gets off a backhander, stopped by Smith. Just the fifth shot on goal of the game for the Bears. They only had 7 against Ravenwood the other night in that 10-0 loss. Ravenwood at 42. Puck brought back into the Mount Juliet zone. Gideon Drobnick could not maneuver around Trenton Gorell trying to go to the slot. Puck now back in the Hendersonville zone. Here's Hudson Laux. Backhanding it around to the far side. And Landon Croft passing it ahead to center. And Drobnick. Drobnick back in the Mount Juliet zone. Drops it back in the slot. Collins with a shot. Stop by Cronrath. Rebound. Oh, hit the outside of the right-hand post. That was from Drobnick. Cronrath laid out and forced Drobnick to hit the post. Puck back in the Hendersonville zone. Carried out immediately by Croft. That's back in the Mount Juliet end. Parker Triplett picks it up. Carries it around to the far side. Clears it out. Yeah, that shot from Smith hit the right leg pad of Cronrath, and then he laid back waiting on the rebound attempt from Drobnick, and he hit the outside of the right-hand post. Now here's Caden Cisco tried to go to the slot with it. Puck was knocked away. Still in the zone. Cisco has it back. Left circle. Shot stopped by Cronrath. And then a rebound try from Brian Wilkinson, also stopped by Cronrath. Braden Rose was in there too, but he couldn't get a shot away. Puck now back in the Hendersonville zone. And immediately carried out by the Commandos. And a shot from Hudson Laux over the net off the stick handle of Cronrath. Is going high all the way. Shot from the left point, stopped by Cronrath. Not sure who that was. I think it was Morrison. Here's Brian Wilkinson. Tried to flip it out in front, but he hit the back of the net. Still behind the net. Backhands it out in front, but it's intercepted and cleared out by Jacob Turner. And it's going to be an icing against Mount Juliet, I suspect. Yes. 7:47 to go in the second. 3-0. Hendersonville leading. It is 1-0 Franklin over on Rink A. Only 5-3 on shots in favor of the Admirals. Draws to the right of Cronrath. Hendersonville should have 20 shots on the board. They only have 19. Draw one by Hendersonville and shot one across the front of the net. Puck now on the right wing corner. Puck comes up to the right point. Carter Morrison holds it in. Passes over to his left. Dom Harpole a shot. Gloved and held on to by Cronrath. Cronrath. Draw to his right. Won by the Bears. Andrew Huffing with it at center. Dumps it back into the Henderson. Puck behind the net. Bears trying to put it out in front. It's out on the near side. Carter Morrison clears it out. Huffing with it again at center. Dumps it back into the Hendersonville zone. Puck is behind the net. Commandos will bring it out, trying to clear. Held in at the right point, Jackson Blevins. Blevins moving along the blue line, getting off a shot. It's deflected off a stick and goes past the net to the left of Justin Smith. Blevins carrying it down the right wing wall, had it poked it away. Comes to the right point again, and it's shot wide by Reed Spencer, and it deflected off something and went into the netting above the glass. I think it may have hit off the top of the boards because the referee is pointing for the faceoff to be out at center in front of the Mount Juliet bench. 6:43 left in the second. Still 3-0 Hendersonville. Draw one by the Commandos. Puck at center. Now Gideon Drobnick, left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone, taking a shot off the stick of Blevins, the back-checking Blevins, and over the net. And still in the zone. Ethan Smith clears it out up the near side. Colin Smith dumps it back in the Mount Juliet zone. Cronrath leaning against his right-hand post like he was trying not to get too far away from the net. Ethan Smith with a puck again, but it's poked away from him. And then Caden Lewis was unable to get around Colton Vivret, who poked the puck away from him, allowing Mount Juliet to get it out of the zone. Merrick Mott still sitting in the box. He's still serving his 2 and 10 for boarding. Now Gideon Drobnick through center, back into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side. Tried to drop the puck back to Caden Lewis, who was going to the bench for a change. Drobnick didn't backhand it very hard, which is a good thing. Puck stays inside the zone, and a shot from Colin Smith at the left point misses the net to the left of Cronrath. Colin Smith dumps the puck back into the Mount Juliet zone, picked up by Vivret. Carries it to the far side, tried to clear it out, intercepted, held in, and a shot from Gideon Drobnick goes over the net. Now another shot from Landon Croft, top of the left circle, turned away by Cronrath. Ethan Smith will carry it to center. Smith back into the Hendersonville zone. Ran into a Hendersonville player and went down. Now back the other way comes Caden Cisco, right wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Drops it back. Landon Croft could not maneuver around Colton Vivret going down the right wing side. He was trying to go into the slot and get to the front of the net. prevented him from doing so. Puck back in the Hendersonville end. Jackson Blevins just below the right point, moving down the right wing boards. Up against the wall. Puck coming around to the far side. Landon Croft chasing it out to center. Picked up by Braden Rose. Rose with some room. Back in the Mount Juliet zone. But jumping in, catching up and poking the puck away was Anthony Giampaolo right as Rose was trying to come down the slot. Oh, but then the puck backhanded out in front up the left circle to Brian Wilkinson, and his shot turned away by Cronrath. Now Juliet going back the other way. Oh, but they turned the puck over inside the Hendersonville zone. Brought back to center, Carter Morrison. Morrison back in the Mount Juliet zone. Looking for room to skate in front of shot. Stopped. He got right to the front of the net, and Cronrath kicked it away with the right leg pad. Morrison got right to the front of the net. Didn't have enough room to shoot. He would have had to push it into the net. Puck brought back into the Mount Juliet zone by Brian Wilkinson. Comes up to the right point, and Morrison chips it to the inboards from the right point. Parker Triplett brings it out to center. Now back in the Hendersonville zone on the right wing side. His shot missed. Missed the net to the right of Smith, Justin Smith. Bobby Camos at center. Dumps the puck back into the Hendersonville zone. It's behind the net. Puck came out to the slot, intercepted by Brian Wilkinson. Now here's Braden Rose into the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side. Took a shot, hit the skates of Anthony Giampaolo. Now it comes out to the right-hand side of the net where Cronrath covers it up. 2:50 left in the second, still 3-0 Hendersonville. It's now 2-0 Franklin over on Rink A. Draw is to the right of Cronrath. Draw one by Hendersonville. Alex Williams backhands the puck to the inboards in the left wing corner. Anthony Giampaolo trying to send it around the wall. Oh, and Carter Spencer almost left the puck behind him right near his net. Trying to help pass it up the far side. He did manage to reel it in, and Bobby Camos brings it into the Hendersonville zone. It comes to the front of the net where it is stopped and covered up by Justin Smith. 2:20 left in the second, still 3-0 Hendersonville. Draw was to Smith's right. Bears win it, try and get it out. Commandos with it, trying to get it out of the zone. Bobby Camos holds it in. Got up a shot that was slowed up. Puck came to the front of the net, and Smith having to stop a couple of shots. Having to stop more than a couple. Another shot misses the net to the right of Smith. That was from Andrew Huffing. So Smith having to turn away 3 shots in quick succession there. It was a failed clearing attempt, gave Mount Juliet its best chance of their best chance of the night so far. Puck now back in the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing. Ty Ellis. Shot across the front of the net. Not very hard, though. Now here's Huffing. Passing it up the far side. Reed Spencer couldn't keep it on his stick. Puck now back in the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing corner. Gideon Drobnick got knocked into the boards by Anthony Giampaolo, who tries to clear, held it in the blue line. Shot stopped by Cronrath. That shot came from out high, and Hudson Laux. Puck went out to center, dumped back in by Hendersonville, but a few of their players had to get back on side. Here's Giampaolo. Lost the puck, slides through center, back into the Hendersonville zone. Commandos bring it back in. Landon Croft, left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. A shot stopped by Cronrath. Rebound cleared away from the net by Giampaolo. Held in at the left point by Carter Morrison. His shot went off a stick high. Still inside the zone. Landon Croft shot from the bottom of the left circle. Stopped and held on to by Cronrath. We're inside the final minute of the second. 48.8 seconds to go in the second. 3-0 Hendersonville. Draws to the right of Cronrath. One by Mount Juliet, held in by Hendersonville. Shot from the left point, and Harpole kicked away by Cronrath with the right leg pad. Here's Landon Croft moving up the left side. Now out to the right point. Firing it down the wall into the left wing corner behind the net. Right wing corner. Now it's in the left wing corner. Under 30 seconds left of the period. It's out on the far side. Carter Morrison passing it up to the blue line. Held in Harpole. Now Morrison moves along to the left wing side. Cross to the right circle. Drobnick, puck got away from him. He gets it back. Gets off a shot that's blocked by Trenton Gorell. Now he has it back again, and his shot turned away by Cronrath. I think it may have glanced off the blocker. And Ethan Smith passing it out of the zone. It stayed in the zone. Doesn't matter, though. The clock ran out. Gideon Drobnick scoring his second goal of the game, and once again, it's inside the first minute of the second. And then just over a minute later, just over a minute later, just over 2 minutes later, it was Christian Dickens getting on the score sheet. Now Hendersonville lead Mount Juliet 3-0 at the end of 2. Ready to start the third and final period of this one. Justin Smith still in goal for Hendersonville. Kaz Cronrath still in goal for Mount Juliet for this third period. Mount Juliet will carry the puck towards me. Henderson from me. Shots on goal favoring the Commandos 27-10. Puck in the Mount Juliet zone. But Merrick Mott runs in to Brian Wilkinson right in front of the Mount Juliet net. So two Commando teammates colliding, and that caused Mott to cough up the puck. It's back in the Hendersonville zone. Hudson Laux picking it up behind the net, sending it around the wall to the far side, and Brian Wilkinson trying to get it ahead to Colin Smith. Puck is back in the Mount Juliet zone. Merrick Mott, who's spent much of this game in the box, serving a 2-10. Tried to pass the puck off to Smith, could not. Now it's out at center and backhanded back into the Hendersonville zone by Jackson Blevins, who goes to the bench for a change. Laux sending it around the wall to the far side. Puck now back in the Mount Juliet zone. Merrick Mott on the left wing side. Taking a shot from out high. It's turned away by Cronrath. Popped up on him. He didn't know where it was going. It ended up behind the net. Puck held in at the left point. Shot from Colin Smith, gloved and held onto by Cronrath. 12:41 to go in the game. Still 3-0 Hendersonville. Shots on goal in that Franklin-Brentwood game over on Rink Air 5-3. They are in the second period. That's absurd. Shot from the slot, and Josh Lodel was blocked Before it ever got to Cronrath, now it's out at center. Carter Morrison banks it off the near kick plate. Puck back in the Mount Juliet zone. Now here's Bobby Camos bringing the puck back into the Hendersonville zone. Knocked away from him. Cleared out by Ty Ellis. Ty Ellis played for the Outlaws last year. Went to school in Robertson County. I think he may have been going to Portland. I'll have to check. But he has since transferred to Hendersonville, where he's a sophomore as puck is brought back into the Mount Juliet zone. And once again, Kaz Cronrath has it come his way and he covers. 11:45 to go. Still 3-0 Hendersonville. Draw to the right of Cronrath. Bears with it. Trying to clear it out, but held in by Landon Croft. He backends it down the left wing boards. Gideon Drobnick. Sitting on a hat trick, puts it out in front. Caden Lewis couldn't get the shot away. Puck held in by Croft. He fires it to the end boards. Now the puck sent up the near side by Mount Juliet. They're trying to get a stretch pass for Carter Spencer, but it went too hard, too far, and goes for an icing. And Spencer, in frustration, slams himself into the glass. So Ty Ellis last year when he was playing for the Outlaws, he was a student at Springfield in Robertson County. Draw was to the left of Cronrath. Won by Hendersonville, and a shot ends up in his glove. So we'll drop the puck to his left again. Won by Mount Juliet this time. But turned over, and a shot from the right point. Laux was blocked. Jason Tippins with it. He drops it back. But Hendersonville able to take the puck back inside the Mount Juliet zone. Here's Drobnick. Tried to go to the front of the net, but when he tried to get away from a couple of defenders, they knocked the puck away. Still, Hendersonville keeping it in the zone. It's behind the net now. Alex Williams. Puck comes out to the near side. Held in Drobnick. Going down the slot, a shot. Gloved and held on to by Cronrath. 10:16 to go. Still 3-0 Hendersonville. Draw is to the left, or is to the left of Cronrath. Won by Hendersonville, shot from Carter Morrison, blocked, goes past the net to the left of Cronrath. Brought back into the Hendersonville zone. Reed Spencer fell over, lost his stick. We get a whistle. And there's going to be a penalty against Hendersonville. It was Harpole who brought Spencer down as the puck came in the zone. So Harpole will go to the box. Mount Juliet returned to the power play down 3-0 with 9:53 to go in the game. The shots on goal over on rink A between Franklin and Brentwood still cannot be 5-3. They still cannot be 5-3. That's just impossible. Puck in the Hendersonville zone out in front of the net, picked up by Josh Lodel. He'll send it around to the near boards. Held into the left point, though, by Parker Triplett. Sent back down to the end wall. Carter Morrison whips it around to the far side. Merrick Mott carries to center. Chips it back in the Mount Juliet zone. Bears with it. Stretch pass to center and Carter Spencer, who dumps it back in the Hendersonville zone. Puck in the right wing corner. Lodell's going to get there first. Chip it up the far wall. Mott with it now. Comes back to Lodell. He'll send it over to the near side this time. Held in by Triplett. Caden Cisco comes in to give him a push. Triplett hangs onto the puck, passes out to the blue line, and a shot from Anthony Gempalo off the right leg pad of Justin Smith. Under a minute left in the power play now for the Bears. There's a shot from the left circle, and Ethan Smith took a deflection and went across the front of the net. Now Smith with it again on the right wing side this time. Wanted to put it out in front, whiffed on it. Carter Morrison chips it up the far wall, and he'll bring it out to center. Now here's Mott, left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Mott backhands it in front. Oh, but Morrison couldn't get a stick on it. Mott, right wing corner, pushed into the boards. Under 30 seconds left in the power play for Mount Juliet. Centering pass attempt went off a stick and came to the front of the Mount Juliet net. Cronrath having to stop and cover. 20 seconds left of the power play. 8:14 to go in the game. Still 3-0 Hendersonville. Draw to the right of Cronrath. Won by Mount Juliet, brought to center. Dumped into the Hendersonville zone. Here's Bobby Camos, bottom of the left circle. Past the slot up. Gempalo couldn't keep it in his stick. No, I'm sorry, it was Jackson Blevins who couldn't keep it in his stick. Penalty time against Hendersonville is up there back at even strength. Here's Colin Smith. Passing up the far side to Braden Rose, who clears the puck out. Now here's Trenton Gorell. Andrew Huffing passing ahead to Carter Spencer. Puck back in the Hendersonville zone, but the Commandos immediately regain possession. Colin Smith back to center, back in the Mount Juliet zone on the left wing side. Puts it out in front, Braden Rose. Shot it wide. Now it comes back to Smith. This shot from the bottom of the right circle, stopped by Cronrath, and then a rebound try from the left-hand side of the net, stopped and covered up by Cronrath. Was Braden Rose digging away. 7:19 to go in the game, still 3-0 Hendersonville. Draws to the left of Cronrath again. Won by Mount Juliet. They tried to clear it out, held into the left point by Colin Smith. Now Ty Ellis tried to go to the slot, but he fell over. Smith holds it in at the left point again. Chips it down low. Behind the net, Brian Wilkinson puts it out in front. Nobody in a white sweater can get to it, so Alex Alsaker takes it for Mount Juliet. He'll bring it to center and send it ahead into the Hendersonville zone. Laux there first. Brought to center by Rose. And now Laux with it again. He's at center on the far side. Passes across to Braden Rose. Rose back in the Mount Juliet zone, and it knocked off his stick. Stays in the zone. Oh, it did not stay in the zone. It just went over the blue line. Was brought back in offside by Ty Ellis. 6:33 to go. Still 3-0 Hendersonville. Who is the goals for Franklin? Casper Thurison and Makita Popov. They have the goals for Franklin over on rink A. Puck at center. Brought back into the Hendersonville zone and shot wide to the right of Justin Smith by Parker Triplett. The top of the right circle. It's out at center, now brought back in and chipped to the end boards by Trenton Gorell. Tried to pass it out to the blue line, but he gives it away to Landon Croft. Croft will bring it out. Puck drifting along between the end boards in the bottom of the left circle inside the Mount Juliet zone. Comes to the blue line. Carter Morrison holds it in. Passes over to the right wing side. Dom Harpole's shot missed the net to the left of Cronrath. Morrison passes up to the left point. Off the stick of Caden Lewis and went out to center. He was trying to pass it to his right and Dom Harpole. And then Harpole trying to fire it back into the Mount Juliet zone. Fires it too high and it goes out of play on the bleacher side. 5 minutes exactly to go. Still 3-0 Hendersonville. Puck in the Hendersonville zone off the draw, which I think it was right at center ice. Here's Colin Smith. Oh, he got tripped. Trying to go around Andrew Huffing, who didn't pull the leg back. He got tripped. There's going to be a penalty. They're trying to call Justin Smith to the bench. He doesn't hear them. Doesn't matter. The puck is touched up by Mount Juliet. And then Carter Spencer took a late hit after the whistle. And Braden Rose is going to go to the box for that hit after the whistle, so that cost Hendersonville a power play. Huffing will go to the box for the trip. So it'll remain 5-on-5. 4:33 to go. 3-0 Hendersonville. So we'll see what they call against Rose because the ref skated over to the scorekeeper box, and I think it's Danny Corns in there scoring, and told him what the penalties were. He didn't give the signals out. Puck back in the Mount Juliet zone into the left wing corner. Braden Rose called for roughing, okay. So that was the penalty against him. Puck dumped into the Hendersonville zone from center by Reed Spencer. And Merrick Mott gets tripped by Carter Spencer trying to move the puck out of his zone. Now Justin Smith hears the bench and goes for the extra attacker while waiting on Mount Juliet for the touch-up. Now it's touched up inside the Mount Juliet zone. So tripping the call, and Carter Spencer will go to the box. So Hendersonville do get a power play this time. 3:23 to go. They're up 3-0. Draw to the left of Cronrath. Won by Hendersonville. Shot from Hudson Laux. Turned away by Cronrath. Now there's a shot from Merrick Mott. Left wing board stopped and covered up by Cronrath. Draws to the right of Cronrath. Chance in front for Hendersonville, but Merrick Mott couldn't chop it in. Mott passing out to the left point, Laux. Passes over to Morrison, went off his stick. Still inside the zone. Morrison catches up to it, passes down the right wing wall. Put out in front, Croft, and his shot missed the net to the left of Cronrath. Now Juliet clear the puck down ice, back into the Hendersonville zone. Minute left in the power play for the Commandos. Here's Morrison, left wing side of the Mount Juliet zone. Drops it back to Mott. Passing out to the blue line, Laux, who couldn't keep it in his stick. He catches up to it, sends it down the wall to Caden Sisko, who gets off a shot that's turned away by Cronrath. Puck behind the net, put out in front. Croft sends it right over the net from right out in front. That close to a 4-0 lead for the Commandos. Here's Morrison, left wing side. Morrison out at the blue line now, under 30 seconds to go in the power play, and Morrison shot off a stick, the stick of Ethan Smith, and hit a beam in the rafters. 19 seconds left of the power play. Minute 42 to go in the game, still 3-0. Hendersonville. They finally updated the shots on goal over on rink A. 14-6, Franklin at the end of 2. Still 2-0 Admirals over Brentwood. Draw to the left of Cronrath. Won by Hendersonville, and a shot from Croft in the right circle misses the net to the left of Cronrath. Here's Colin Smith carrying it down the left wing. Drops it back. Nobody was there. Mount Juliet able to get the puck and bring it out. Penalty time against the Bears is up. They're back at even strength. Colin Smith dumps the puck back into the Mount Juliet zone. Jackson Blevins with it for the Bears. Cleared it out even though it went off the stick of Colin Smith on its way out. He tried to hold it in, could not. So the icing got waved off. Last minute of the game now. And the net is empty for Mount Juliet. Interesting. And here's Landon Croft scoring on the empty net inside the Mount Juliet zone from the right circle. So 4-0. Commandos, 8 seconds left in the game. Sorry, 38.8 seconds left in the game. I don't really know why the Bears pulled the goalie, because Hendersonville's not letting them anywhere near the net. Not letting them have the puck. That was a strategy that immediately blew up in the Bears' face. Under 30 seconds to go, puck in the Hendersonville zone. Here's Colin Smith. Carrying it to center. Back into the Mount Juliet zone on the right wing side. Getting off a backhander, stopped by Cronrath, and he'll hang on to it for the whistle with 13.9 seconds to go. So the Commandos are going to move on to 3-1-1. I believe they're going to jump into second in the league. Draws to the left of Cronrath. Won by Hendersonville. Shot from Harpole, stopped by Cronrath, and then the rebound try from Brian Wilkinson, stopped by Cronrath. Big tap for the puck in the left wing corner, but there was a couple of extra hits that the ref didn't like, and they're going to get a penalty, but they let the clock run out to 0, and that is it. Hendersonville finish their first third of their 2024-2025 GNASH regular season schedule. 5 games out of 15, 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie, as they beat Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill tonight 4-0. Dominant performance. Kaz Cronrath was the only reason that it didn't get worse, or it wasn't worse. Of course, the last goal was an empty netter, so you can't count that against him. I think if Hendersonville wins just 3 more games, they'll make the Predators Cup. They're not as good as Ravenwood. They've already been whipped by Franklin. They're not as good as Summit. I don't think they're as good as JP2, and I don't think they're as good as NBA. But I think they're good enough to sneak in. I think if they win just 3 more games, they'll definitely get into the Predators Cup. They'll definitely finish in the top 8. They haven't played in the Predators Cup since they were Hendersonville Station Camp Beach in 2020. And, of course, the year before that, they almost won the thing. They lost in the if necessary game to Brentwood 7-2. They actually forced the if necessary game a couple nights before in a 2-0 win, and then they had leads of 1-0 and 2-1 in that if necessary game, only for Cosmos Perduto to put Brentwood on his back and lead them to the 7-2 win. But Hendersonville Station Camp Beach did win the GNASH Cup in 2018-19 as regular season champs. Just couldn't win the big one. So the goals tonight for Hendersonville, 2 from Gideon Drobnick, including the game winner, and the others came from Christian Dickens and Landon Croft. So Gideon Drobnick will be the player of the game with his 2 goals tonight. Shots on goal, final shot tally 39-11 in favor of the Commandos. So still over on Rink A right now. Still 2-0 Franklin over Brentwood early in the third there. So Mount Juliet have been shut out for 2 consecutive games now. Yeesh. Those 2 return to the ice on October 14th. So with the Braden Rose got called for interference at the very end of the game there. Again, not that it mattered, because Hendersonville were already up 4-0. So here are the standings with 2 of tonight's games in the books. Again, the other result, JP2 MLK beating Independence BA USN Nashville Christian 7-1. Franklin atop the standings at 4-0. Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson now into second at 3-1-1. 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie. Summit Page and JP2 both at 3-0. Ravenwood and Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb both at 2-0. MBA 1-0-1, 1 win, 1 tie. Brentwood 1-1-1, 1 win, 1 loss, 1 tie. The Outlaws and Centennial FRA 1-1. I'm sorry, the Outlaws are 1-1. Centennial FRA and the Rutherford Rampage are both at 1-2. Station Camp Liberty Creek 0-1-1, 1 loss, 1 tie. Father Ryan 0-2-1, 2 losses and a tie. Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Green Hill 0-3-1. Now, sorry, they're now 0-4-1, 4 losses and a tie. Independence BA USN Nashville Christian and Montgomery County Rangers both 0-4. Here's the schedule for the rest of the week and the next 2 weeks, because, again, we're not doing any of the 3 games next week. Tomorrow night on the North Rink in Antioch at 8:30, Ravenwood taking on the Rutherford Rampage. Then next week, 3 games, 1 per night. On Monday at 7 p.m. here on Rink B at Centennial, Montgomery Bell taking on Indy. Next Wednesday at 8:40 over on Rink A, Ensworth-Nolensville-Lipscomb taking on Montgomery County. And then next Thursday at 8:30 on the North Rink in Antioch, the Outlaws taking on Father Ryan. October 14th, there are 3 games all here at Centennial on Rink B, although I wouldn't be surprised if they moved them over to A. 5:30 Mount Juliet taking on Indy. 7 p.m. Station Camp taking on Hendersonville. 8:30 Franklin taking on JP2. That'll be our return broadcast after our fall break. Franklin taking on JP2. 8:25 pregame for an 8:30 face-off. Wednesday, October 16th, 7:10 on Rink A, Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson taking on Summit Page. 8:30 here on Rink B, Station Camp Liberty Creek taking on Ensworth. And 8:40 over on Rink A, Brentwood taking on Centennial FRA. That'll be our featured game that night. 8:35 pregame for an 8:40 face-off. And then 8:30, October 17th, 8:30 on the North Ring in Antioch, Ravenwood taking on the Outlaws. Let's see if we can get one more Franklin-Brentwood update before the end of the night. Oh, it's still 2-0, and they're just about midway through the third. And that's it. 3 weeks of the 2024-2025 GNASH regular season just about in the books. Again, our final score tonight, Hendersonville-Beech-Lawson 4, Mount Juliet-Wilson Central Greenhill nothing. Thank you all for listening these first 3 weeks. I'm not going to be doing any broadcasts next week, but I'm still going to do the newsletter, send out the scores, all that other good stuff. I just won't be coming to the games next week. But we'll be back on October 14th for Franklin and JP2 MLK, either here on Rink B or over on Rink A. 8:25 pregame for an 8:30 face-off that night. To those of you going on fall break, have a happy and safe one. I'll try to have a happy and safe one. I'm Michael Hackney. Thank you all for listening, and I'll talk to you again Monday, October 14th.